Good evening, Ashraf. Good
Hi, sir.
evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
Yeah, Alhamdulillah, I am fine, sir. What about you, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine, fine.
Yeah.
So it is almost 2, 3 months now since you have completed. How many months you have completed?
Approximately, sir, 3 months
Three
completed.
months. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So how it is going? Are
Yeah,
you
I
able
would say,
to?
Alhamdulillah, is good going on
Mhm.
well. And about the company, day by day, the positive thing is going on. What
Okay.
I say, they implemented the many more things. But the
Okay.
starting time, I am suffering many more things. But no, Alhamdulillah, is very good. It's smoothly
Okay.
going.
Okay.
Yes.
So did you attend any of this previous session, this Belt to Brilliance?
Yes, sir. Already attended, sir, before, but unfortunately, last 15 days total, I am not online and I have much more work. So I
Okay.
was busy, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Okay. So good evening, Vinay. When did you complete this our training? I will wait for a few more minutes. Let us see whether somebody else is joining, then we'll start. Okay, so let us start. So, good evening and welcome you all to this session. So,
Good evening to
yeah, I'll be conduct this session maybe once in a month to just interact with our alumni and take their valuable feedback about how far this training program is helpful to them and whether they are having any challenges in implementation, right? So whether they are able to apply the tools, whether they are getting the support, so whether they are having any challenges, so that if you are able to bring out the challenges, then we'll be able to help you. So last month, again, this meeting, again, some of the alumni students, so they felt that they were really not knowing how to really start. Because again, as right now, what Mohammed Israf was saying, so initially when you are starting, then there will be a lot of resistance. People will not understand the concepts or whatever the improvements you are saying, because again, they are not exposed to that. So there will be a lot of resistance. And then if you are going to not implement within maybe 6 months or 1 year, then slowly you will also tend to forget the concepts and tools. So that's why they were, like we were discussing. And one of the action point what evolved during the last session was that we will now change our curriculum. So if you remember, I think all of you have taken the training. So straight away we start with the overview of Six Sigma to really understand that what is variation, what is process approach, and then what is Six Sigma, and then we will straight away start with that. But now, based on the input got from the old student, then we changed our approach. So now we are starting from the very basic understanding of what is a problem, right? What is a problem? What is problem solving? What are the different problem solving methodologies? So what is PDCA? So like that we go, and then we will explain the concepts, and then we will cover the lean, and then we will go to the Six Sigma. So that's how we have rearranged our curriculum, and we have added some important points, mainly from the implementation, how you can initially implement. For example, maybe you are competing this Sunday, and you have got the certification, and you want to implement. So straight away, if you are going to go and tell your colleagues from the other managers from the other departments, or to your senior management, and then you are saying that, okay, this is what I want to do. Instead of saying that initially they will not understand, there will be a lot of resistance, or they may not be even really listening to whatever you are trying to say, right? But again, if you are able to implement in your own department, where the people are all reporting to you, so all the machines and the materials, everything, planning, everything is under your control. And then if you are going to implement some improvement, and if you are able to show some tangible benefits, then slowly people will realize what you are coming to say, and then you will get that recognition. So that's why we have made the change in the curriculum. And what we are now planning to do, we are going to give it to all our old students. So we will share it with all of you, so that you can take this as a training content, right? So maybe it may take around 1 or 2 hours for you. So you can just conduct the training for your department people, or whoever is, or you can take it to the management, and then it's up to you, because it's going to be a very simple tools. So again, most of the tools you already learned, but only thing is we have put a sort of a training curriculum, and the PowerPoint presentation I will share with you, so that if you want to implement in your department, even maybe 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, 100 people, whoever are going to report to you, so you can give the training and then ask them to do small projects. And once they do the projects, and then you see some improvement, and then slowly the culture will spread. And then once your department is fully charged up, and then they are going from the changing over to the growth mindset, then definitely the organization, the senior management will really turn their attention towards you. So that is the purpose, right? Okay. So before going further, maybe I will just ask for a quick feedback about now that you have completed the training from us. So again, we'll start with Mohammed Isra. So what are the challenges, and then what you are able to do, what you are not able to do? So how is it? Like, was it theoretical or was it practical? So maybe we can just share your experience. So then, so the others also will get benefited. Yes, Mohammed.
Hi, sir. Good
Yeah,
evening. Good evening, all of you.
yeah.
Actually, sir, I was joined in the Lean Six Sigma, black belt, yellow belt, and white belt last 3 months ago. Total, I am implementing many more things in our the quality assurance and quality control department under the food and beverage industry.
Mhm.
And I was facing many more issues once we learn about Lean Six Sigma black belt and yellow belt. We focused about the machines first.
Hmm.
What about the machine performance? Because I saw before it was many more in 24 hours between lot of time, that 8 hours and 8 to 10 hours continuously stopped my machine, the Tetra Pak and Combi machines. So
Hmm.
where there is a main exact the fault, where there's a root cause as per the Lean Six Sigma, we learn and we implemented one by one. But first, once we start, that time my senior manager as well as the director, they refused and they said, no, Ashraf, this is a new thing, so you try to implement it, but slowly. So as per his guideline, I'm slowly started for the frequency of the machine, why they stoppage, what the reason, what was the root cause. So once we start to the slowly, this focus and more, and as per our the learning for Lean Six Sigma machine, about the for the filler machine as well as the downline, about the processing area, we try to many more things implemented. But Alhamdulillah, right now is very nice result is coming. Before it was the 10 to 12 hours to stop my machine. Now is only 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours like that, machine wise. Because here the last totally more than the 15 machines there, filler machines, Tetra Pak and the Combi block and Stipo machine. But as per our improvement, I saw is day by day is good thing, is positive thing is going on from the Lean Six Sigma is learning point of the view. So inshallah in the future, sir, I will guide to my team as well, and some of the colleague also. They joined before it was, sir, who is working in the Nadi company. They joined and they learn about the Lean Six Sigma and black belt also. And I will try to the best from my side also to the, if I get the chance to the communicate with the director
Hello.
Amit Kumar Sinha from the India, just 5, 6 months before he joined here. And
Hmm.
they promised me, sure, Mr. Ashraf, we will discuss with the director, who will recognize about the Lean Six Sigma, PMP. So we already give him your number and the mail ID, each and everything, Amit Kumar Sinha. So hopefully they will be communicate with you shortly, sir. So my main
Okay.
point of the view, my work view, sir, as per the quality control and quality assurance. First focus about the dairy industry. In my section is a dairy industry as a quality assurance. So main I have to focus about the our work, not for the
Hmm.
machine and the filler machine, about the work protocol, what about the testing is going on, how many parameters is there, how to reduce our the work and the paperwork. So before, I think 2 months before ago, I already discussed with you, sir. I need the particularly about the UST section, the quality assurance and quality control work need your some the guideline, because most of the things is going to the machine and filler machine and electrical engineer and maintenance side. So, but more focus is a quality assurance side as a FMCG sector. So please guide me to the good things.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you for
This is
sharing.
my opinion, sir. And
Yeah.
inshallah, they will be communicate with you also, sir. Shortly, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Praveen Acharya. Good evening. Very nice to see you after a long time. Can you share your
Good evening,
experience?
sir.
Yeah.
Good
How are
evening,
you?
and good. Nice to see you again after a long time.
Yeah.
So it was my privilege to join you back today. So
Okay.
actually, I was an black belt from ICQBS as well as an lean practitioner. So it's really helped me on process optimizations, also handling customer complaints analysis, root cause analysis, also all these
Hello. Yeah, I think the voice is not coming. Okay. Okay, Aravind, you would like to say something about your experience of applying what you have learned?
Hello.
Yeah,
Good evening, sir. Actually,
yeah,
I'm also did Six Sigma Black Belt in ICEQBS.
yeah.
It was a nice experience. It gave me based upon that only I get job also in Bangalore because of the black belt only.
Okay,
Currently I'm working Centum Electronics.
okay.
So
Which
which useful
where you
to
are working? Which place?
Bangalore Centum Electronics.
Okay, okay, okay,
So because of the black belt only I got the job also. This will
okay,
more useful to me. I just want to recall again. That's why I again joined this call.
okay. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Labu Babu, Varghese. Libu, you can just share your experience. Okay, Vinay Verma. PP, I don't know your name. PP.
My name is Arvind, sir. Myself, Arvind, from Coimbatore.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
I'm working energy sectors. I'm working from production department. So, a need of three belts, yellow, green, and black belt. I need today in the starting the first quality department of oriented classes. So, I need what I need. Customer complaints and software complaints. How to clear up the documentations?
Mm-hmm. So you have already done this certification with us or no?
No,
Okay. Okay. So some of your friends gave this link to you for joining or?
no. My friend is colleagues on a night shift today,
Okay.
so going on his office.
Okay. Okay.
Today on a first season classes.
Okay. So today this is only for our old students who are completed. So just to share their experience. But again, I have made something very specific for them. So I thought I will just share my experience.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So as I was
Okay.
telling you, like maybe this is only for, I have assumed that only the old students or our alumni will join. So I have made this. So as I was telling you, like we have made some changes to our course material so that we will just start with how the, as what Aranju was telling, like we have a lot of problems in our workplace, right? So our customer complaints are increasing, or we are unable to deliver on time, or yield is very less, or productivity is very low, and all. So that type of problems are coming. Then how do we solve those problems? So step by step, how we can do that. And then this what today we are going to cover is how we can identify small projects so that you can start with the people from your own department and then make them equipped with all the tools and techniques so that they will be able to identify the problem, quantify the problem, try to find the root cause of the problem and give the solutions, and then how they can sustain the solution so they can get a basic understanding. So again, this is what is the PowerPoint presentation I have made, and I will share it with all of you so that you can take it to your down the line people, and then you can take this as a 1 hour or 2 hour training session, and you can just start doing small projects and get the work done. Okay. So again, what is the problem? So your problem is an obstacle which makes it difficult to achieve a desired goal, objective, or purpose. So all of us are having some goals, right? So KPIs, key performance indicator. So we are given some targets by our organization in terms of productivity, on-time delivery, yield, and response time, and so on. But because of various reasons, we always have some challenges in meeting the target, and we say that it's a problem. And every day, day in and day out, we are always, most of our time is spent on troubleshooting, firefighting, and problem solving. And every day, and even during the weekends also, sometimes we go and do this, because again, we don't have that infrastructure, or we don't have that understanding of the problem solving. So when we are immersed in the problem, then we need to really know what is problem solving. So any problem will have one or many solutions. So whenever we are having a problem, then first thing what we need to do, we need to define the problem. So instead of saying that, okay, there's a lot of customer complaints are there, then we can say that based on the data for the last 6 months, on an average, we are getting 5 customer complaints every month. And we want to reduce it to less than 1 per month. Right? So we have to define what is the problem. We have to quantify the problem. That is the first step. Then once you have identified and quantified the problem and fixed the target, then we'll have to find the root cause for the problem. Again, there are some tools you'll always be learning, like I already learned, like this 5-way analysis and the fishbone diagram and all. So using those tools, you try to find out a full list of all the possible problems. And then once you have identified the problems, maybe 30, 40 problems, potential problem, then you can just do again a brainstorming session to find out what are all the possible solutions for the problem. And then you just take action on that, implement the action. And then after some time, again, after a month or two, again, you just check whether you are able to achieve the target what you are setting yourself. And then if you are able to achieve that, then you can again go and search a next problem, or you can see how you can improve further, right? And if you are not able to achieve the target, then again try to see where you have gone wrong, and then again repeat the cycle. So that's what is the problem solving. So whenever you are finding any problem, then how you are going to systematically define, quantify, and target the problem, and fix a target, find the root causes, brainstorm the solutions, implement the solution, evaluate whether the expected results have been achieved, and then try to see how you can sustain the improvement. So that is what is the basic problem solving structure. Second, there are different types of problem solving methodologies are there. Reactive. So that means reactive means the problem has already happened, and we are trying to do some sort of firefighting, and then try to solve the problem. So for that, again, some tools like 5 ways or 80, this will be helpful. And the other type of problem solving is proactive. So that means even before the problem has already occurred, so we are going to take some proactive action, preventive action, so that the problem is not at all going to occur. So by writing some SOPs, or by giving training to the people, or by always doing some risk assessment and taking some action, we'll be able to avoid many of the quality issues. So that is a proactive approach. And then third one is the day-to-day. So again, as and when some problems are happening, immediately we can do the root cause analysis, PDCA cycle, and fishbone diagram. So this will help you to solve the day-to-day problem. Okay. So again, I just bring it to the topic for today. So what is the problem solving tree? So again, whenever you are trying to solve a problem, so again, there are different approaches are there, different methodologies are there. And then many companies, they say that we are implementing 5 ways, Lean Six Sigma, TPM, ISO 9001, TQM, and so on. Six Sigma, Lean Six Sigma, DFSS, so many different methodologies they'll be talking about. But again, there is a lot of confusion because there is no clarity about when to use which approach. So that is very important. So for solving a very small, simple problem, if you are going to use Six Sigma, since you are a certified black belt, then you may be tempted to use the complex tools for solving a simple problem. But again, that is not going to give you the benefits. The benefits are not going to be so much of this thing. So depending upon the complexity of the problem, you need to really know what approach you have to use. So again, this is what is the problem solving tree. So again, I will just explain by giving an analogy example. So assume that you are entering into an orchard having a lot of fruit bearing trees, and your aim is to just take the best of the fruits. So that is what is your aim. So when you just enter the room, orchard, and then you find that already there are a lot of fruits which are fallen down. So only thing is you need to just bend down, pick them, and then you have to eat it. No further efforts are needed. So that's what we call the just do it. So in our regular workplace, there are again a lot of opportunities will be there. So right from the first process, or right from the raw material or the inputs, wherever it is you receive it. So you just take a walk with a pen and paper on your hand, and then try to note down what are all your observations, right? Somewhere you are finding that the raw material, some material is leaking. Somewhere you are seeing that some material is lying without any identification, so there's a chance of mix-up. Then again, you walk down, you find that there is some place, the water is leaking, the area is slippery, somewhere oil is leaking, somewhere a machine is under breakdown, somewhere the people are idling, somewhere people are doing labor. So you'll be finding a lot of problems are there. You just simply note down, and then maybe some open wires may be there, so having some risk of safety issues. So you just note down all the problems, and then you just collect all the points, and then call the team, and then you just have a brainstorming session about what are the actions you can immediately take. And then you just fix the responsibility, who has to do what, and then do that, implement all those actions. Then definitely a lot of improvement will be there. So that's what we call it, just to do it. So that means you don't need any rocket science, or you don't need to do any deep analysis or some very serious brainstorming sessions and all. So just by applying your common sense, you'll be able to identify and solve the problem. So you call it just to do it. So here's where your Gemba work will be very much helpful to you. So Gemba is actually a Japanese word. So Gemba means it's a workplace. So in your workplace, you just every day you just make yourself a habit of visiting the floor, and maybe on a rounds, maybe 15 minutes to 30 minutes. Take your supervisors or senior workmen with you. Let them carry the pen and paper, and then let them note down what are all the areas for improvement they are observing. And then you just ask them to do a session, a brainstorming session, take action. So the people will slowly come into the improvement mindset. So that's what is the just to do it. The second one is the quick wins, or the low hanging fruits. So again, in the outside, whenever you are seeing, you are finding that there are already some fruits are there which are hanging very low. So only thing is you'll have to stretch yourself a bit. Slowly you'll have to stretch yourself a bit. So then you'll be able to plug those low hanging fruits, and then you'll be able to eat it. So similarly, in your workplace, again you'll find that there are a lot of problems are there. So just by giving some small effort. So just by using some simple tools like Pareto chart, a 5-way analysis, or a ICEQBS, or the fishbone diagram, we'll be able to analyze and solve the problems. So that's what we call as a quick wins. So there's a very, very, very important aspect for whenever you want to make any improvement. So that's what the intention of this training, this session, is to just to give you a curriculum or what are the tools you can cover, and then how you can approach that in order to tap the quick wins. So the minimum efforts, maximum benefits. So that's what is the quick wins are the low hanging fruits. So this just to do it and quick wins. So these are helpful for solving the simple problems. So whenever the problems are simple, then you can solve those simple problems. You can solve by using these two methodologies. So for solving medium complexity problems, then you can use the lean and 8D. So lean is a methodology for identifying and eliminating waste in the process. And again, in your yellow belt or green belt, you will be learning around 8 different types of waste, which can be remembered by remembering the word downtime. So defects, overproduction, waiting time, non-utilized talent, transportation, inventory, motion, and extra processing. These are the 8 different types of waste. So again, there are some simple lean tools are available like 5S, ICEQBS, Kanban, Kaizen, and all. So by again making a Gemba work, and then identifying all those wastages, listing down all the wastages, and then taking as a small improvement project, and applying those lean tools and simple quality tools, you'll be able to get some benefit. So for solving medium complexity problems, you can use the lean. So typically it may take around 1 to 2 months for you to complete a lean project. So 8D is actually mainly used for, as Aravind or Asraf was telling. So whenever you are finding that a particular problem is quite repeating, right? So for example, you are making some automobile components. Every day you are delivering around 1 million automobile components. But you are getting a complaint from your customer that 0.1% of whatever your material you are sending, again, some small crack is there at the same place. So again, you are unable to find exactly what is the root cause of the problem because the customer is very much annoyed. because again, he is afraid that if he's going to use that material, then his same product is going to be affected. So whenever you are having such problem, which is a very specific problem, which is repeating, and we are unable to know what is the root cause of the problem, then you can use this 8D methodology for analyzing. Again, there is a eight disciplines, 8 distinct steps are there. So again, the same approach, like identify the problem, quantify, pick the target. So first go for the corrective action, preventive action, so on. 8 steps are there. So by going through that, you will be able to solve those critical issues, repeating critical issues. And for solving complex problems, then you can use the Six Sigma methodology. And there are 3 different approaches: the DMAIC methodology, CDOB, and DMADB. So these are again, DMAIC means define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. So this is again one of the approach for Six Sigma, which is helpful for you to improve the existing process and existing product. So if your process is running for more than 1 year and you are finding that a lot of variation is there, for example, your yield. So your target yield is 98%, but on some days it is going as close to 90%, and some days it goes as high as 99.9%. So there is always a variation. So because of that, the average is coming down to only 94%. So if you want to improve that to 98%, then how you can approach the problem? So again, you will have to follow a systematic approach for the DMAIC methodology. It's a part of Six Sigma. So that will help you to improve the existing product and existing process. DMADB is mainly used for re-engineering the process. Because once you are running a process, then you find that beyond a particular critical point, then further improvement becomes very, very difficult. So for example, your process currently you are running at a yield of 98%, but your business, a lot of competition is there. So you need to improve it to 99.5%. So that means your existing process cannot deliver that result, because again, that is the limitation, or the capability limitation is there. So in that case, you'll have to completely dismantle the entire current process, and then you'll have to go ahead and do a re-engineering of the current process. Maybe you'll have to do some automation, you'll have to introduce some POCA or some mistake proofing methods and so on. So by implementing those solutions, you'll be able to streamline your processes. So that's what the DMADB approach is: define, measure, analyze, design, and verify. So you'll have to design a new product or a new process. And CDOB is an approach which is used for developing a new product right from the scratch: concept, design, optimize, and verify. For example, maybe 10 years back, there was no concept of electrical vehicles, but now, so at that point of time, they just conceptualized that okay, it's possible, and then they just did the design, and then they were able to successfully make the car, and then they optimized the performance, and then they verified whether it is running, whether it is safe, whether it is giving the economical, whether it is fast wage, whether it is okay, whether running cost is okay, all those things, and then now you can see that it is coming slowly to the market. So whenever you want to develop a new product right from the scratch, then you have to use the CDOB approach. So again, always you find that the high-hanging fruits are always very sweet, but again, they are very difficult to get. Like I will have to climb the top of the tree, and you'll have to plug that % deep. So it is going to take a lot of effort. But again, if you're going to take that much of effort, then that much of benefit you're going to get. So that's where the Six Sigma is going to approach. Again, the moral of this slide is that it's just like, for example, if you have to carry a weight, right? So 5 kgs you have to carry from one place to another place, which are 100 meters apart. So for carrying that 5 kg, so you don't, you can just carry it in your hand. It's very easy, right? No use of no requirement for any tools or any machines or anything, nothing is required. But suppose if you have to transport some 30 kg, then you cannot take it with your hand. Then you have to have a trolley. So by using a simple trolley, you can transport that 30 kg weight, right? But if you have to transport some 300 kgs, again, a trolley may not be sufficient. So in that case, you may have to go for a forklift. So by using a forklift, again, you can transport the material. And if it is going to be a 5 tons, again, a forklift may not be enough. Maybe in that case, you'll have to go for a crane, overhead crane, right? So just how you are using the different machines or the different tools for carrying the weight according to the heaviness. So similarly, depending upon the complexity of the problem, then you have so many different methodologies to apply, and you will have to use that apply. You will have to apply those methodologies. So this is the starting point for any problem solving. And you can see that most of the problem solving methodologies, they actually started off with the basic concept which is called the PDCA. So it is actually plan, do, check, and act. Plan, do, check, and act. So this particular concept was given by Edwin Devin. So he was actually a US quality person who was deputed quite often to Japan, and he first came out with this particular concept. So again, this so whenever you want to make improvement, then you'll have to do the planning. So just to see like how you are going to, you have to define the problem, you have to quantify the problem, and then you have to fix the target. So, and then try to find out what are the root causes for the problem. And then once you have identified the root cause of the problem, then you just take action, right? Take action. So you plan for the improvement and then take action, then check whether the improvement has been achieved or not. So if it is achieved, then if there is a problem, this is a gap, again, then just to see what else can be done. And then you take the corrective action. And then you find that after one cycle, some small improvement is there. But again, don't be satisfied with that. Again, from there, again, just see how you can make a further improvement. Right? For example, your yield is 98%, so 98 to 98.1 you wanted to go. So again, you are able to achieve 98.1, then try for 98.3, right? So by repeatedly doing this PDCA cycle repeatedly, then you will see continuously your process is going to improve. So this is the basic concept for all the process improvement methodology, whether it is a Lean or Six Sigma or ISO 9000, TQM, TPM. So the PDCA is actually the basic concept. So again, we are going to learn some of the very important tools which can be used for solving, very simple tools which can be used for solving the problems. So again, this Pareto chart or a Pareto diagram is one of the very important tools that can be used for solving the problem. So this tool was developed in the year 1920. So by Wilfredo Pareto. So he was actually doing a research on how the wealth of Italy was distributed among Italians. And he found that 80% of Italy's wealth was distributed among 20% of the Italian. And then he called it as a 80-20 rule. That means the wealth is not distributed equally. So this particular concept was first used for problem solving by Ishikawa, who was a Japanese quality group. And he told that 80% of the impact of the problem are caused by 20% of the causes. So if you are able to identify and take action on those 20% of the causes, then 80% of the problem is going to be solved. So that's what we got as a Pareto rule again, 80-20. So again, I can just give a very simple example. So assume that you are working for a BPO or a IT service company. So again, whenever you have any software or hardware issues, then you can raise a ticket in the IT support issue management tool. And somebody from the IT support team, they will come and they will attend to the problem. And once they solve the problem, they will inform you. Then you can really check whether the problem has been really solved, and then you can close the ticket. So in your company, around 4,000 employees are working, and on an average, around 1,000 tickets are raised. And your company, they wanted to just reduce the manpower there. So again, a project was taken up, and then in the system, again, the ticket can be raised for any of the 20 possible causes. So there is a drop down in the issue management tool. So you can just select that particular that particular problem, and then you can raise a ticket. So according to the Pareto rule, then 80% of the problem. So 80% of 1,000 tickets, there is 800 tickets are caused by only 20% of the causes. So 20% of 20. So that is equal to 4 causes. So only 4 causes are going to contribute to 800 tickets. And if you are able to identify those 4 causes and take action, then 800 tickets are going to be reduced. So here you can see that the mouse issues, keyboard issues, and unable to install software. So these three defects itself are contributing to 85% of the problem. So that if you are able to take action on this, then majority of the problem is going to be solved. So the Pareto diagram will help you to narrow down the focus of the project. So for example, you may like to do a project for improving the yield. So again, instead of doing this as a one big project, what you can do is you can just do this Pareto chart and then try to first focus on only the topmost one, which is contributing very high, maybe the mouse issue. So just focus only on that. Maybe within maybe 2-3 weeks, you try to solve the problem. And then you come to the keyboard issues. So like that, the Pareto diagram will help you to prioritize the root causes for immediate action. Then fishbone diagram, also called as the cause and effect diagram or the ICEQBS diagram. So this will help you to find a full exhaustive list of all the potential root causes for the problem. Again, you just do a brainstorming session around 8 to 12 people from various departments at different levels. You just come together in front of your moderator, and then you just do the brainstorming session. And the moderator will just categorize the ideas into man-related, machine-related, material, method, measurement, and mother nature, or the environment-related issue. And then by around within 45 minutes to 1 hour, you will be getting around 40 to 60 ideas. So then that can be the starting point for solving the particular problem. So a fishbone diagram is a very important tool for finding the root causes for the problem. And again, if you want to still further go down and then find the root cause of the problem, then you can use this 5-way analysis or the Y-way analysis, which is a lean tool. So the 5-way analysis says that if you want to really know what is the root cause of a problem, then by asking the question why 5 times, then you'll be able to find the root cause of the problem. So I'll just give an example so that it will be easy for you to understand. For example, yesterday I was late to the office by 1 hour. So I wanted to know what are the reason for me being late to the office yesterday. So I asked myself the question why I was late to the office yesterday. The answer was I got delayed at the time of filling petrol in the petrol station. Why I got delayed at the time of filling petrol? Because I forgot to take my wallet. Why I forgot to take my wallet? Because I was in a hurry when I left home. Why I was in a hurry when I left home? Because I got up late in the morning. Why I got up late in the morning? Because the alarm clock did not ring. Why the alarm clock did not ring? Because a spring in the alarm clock was broken. So if I want to find the root cause for me being late to the office yesterday, by asking the question why multiple times, I was able to find the root cause, that the breakage of the spring. And if I'm going to fix the problem, then the problem is going to be permanently fixed. So again, it is not always necessary that you have to exactly go for 5 ways. Sometimes by asking the why 3 times itself, you may be finding the root causes. Sometimes you may ask for some 6 or 7 times, till you get the root cause of the problem. So a combination of the fishbone diagram and the Y-way analysis will help you to find the root cause of the problem. So whenever you want to solve your problem, first you define the problem, then quantify the problem, fix the target, and then do the root cause analysis by using the fishbone diagram and the Y-way analysis. Then again for improving, again you can use some simple lean tool. So again, as I was telling you, lean will methodology for identifying and eliminating waste in the process. And it was actually the brainchild of Toyota. So Toyota in they were in early 1900s, they were into the handloom business. And the Toyota Motors was started in the year 1935. But immediately in 1939, the Second World War came and they were not very active. And after the Second World War ended in 1945, during the 1950s, they were very active. And they were the pioneers for implementing lean in the globe. So the main principle of lean is to maximize the customer value while minimizing the waste. So if I want to coin a slogan for lean, you can say that lean means more with less. So that means more output with less input. More output with less input. So you give, for example, so assume that you are selling a product at 100 rupees and the cost of production is coming to be 90. So if you are going to, the profit is going to be 10. So if you are going to implement lean, then you are going to give more features and functions to the customer. So he's going to be happy. So he doesn't mind paying 10 rupees extra. And since you are going to do it with the lesser resources, cost is going to be less, maybe at 80, so that your profit is going to be 30. So that means 3 times your profitability is going to improve if you are going to implement lean. So that is why most of the company, again, it is very simple tools. It is not a very complex methodology like Six Sigma, so that you need to collect a lot of data, do some statistics and all. So it's very simple, easy to understand, easy to implement, easy to get the result. So that's where having an idea about the lean tool will help you to make some immediate improvement. Again, this what so as I was telling, a lean means identifying and eliminating waste. So waste means like whenever you are doing any work, then you are going to add value to the customer. So when I say value, so that means value means a change in the shape or form for which the customer is willing to pay. For example, if you are working for a car manufacturing company, so the customer is willing to pay for the painting, and that cost is included the basic cost of the car. But because of some miscommunication, there was a car was painted with the wrong color, and again you just did some rework. So because of which you have incurred some 30,000 rupees extra, you cannot go and ask the customer to pay this extra money to him, right? Again, because again it is not going to add value to him. So whatever the work we are going to do, look at from the customer point of view, whether it is going to add any value to him. Any activity which is not adding value, we call it a non-value activity or a wasting. Second, there are some 8 different types of waste are there. So again, we'll be learning in depth in a way. So again, these are some Muda, Mura, Muri, like Muda means wastage. So wastage of material, manpower, machine time. So that is going to be a waste. Mura means unevenness. Again, a lot of variation is there. So if you see, he is carrying the load, but it is not actually equal. So heavy on one side, light on one side. So similarly, a lot of variations will be there. So one of the supervisor may be freely, he may be wandering, whereas another supervisor may be working very hard. Again, some sort of imbalance is created in the system, and that is going to be a problem for you. So that is more unevenness of the variation. Overburden means Mori, means exploiting the manpower of the machine to such a extent that they are going to be overburdened. So that is about Mori. So we need to again identify where these 3 M's are there and then take action to do those so that our process becomes efficient. So again, this is the same concept explained in a different format. So assume that you will have to carry 6 tons from one place to another place, and the trolley can carry only 3 tons. So if you are going to load all the 6 tons in one truck, then the overburden, so the truck may just break down on the way, and you may not be able to reach the material. Alternatively, he may decide to load, to employ 2 trucks, and on one truck you employ 4 tons, and another 2. So in that case, the truck carrying 4 tons is again overburden. So there is unevenness in that. That is also going to be a waste. Alternately, he may decide that you will just employ 3 tons and then load 2 tons each. In that case, loading of the third truck is not at all needed. So that is again going to be a waste. Ideal will be you just employ only 2 trucks and load 3 tons each, so that there is no Mora, Moria, Mora process. So you need to identify where these 3 M's are there and then take action to eliminate. Second, as I was telling you, there are 8 different types of waste is there. So when I say waste, it's not only the scrap, whatever you are producing. Second, the scrap, whatever you are producing, any rework we are doing, any production we are doing for which you don't have the order, and then we are going to store it in the finished goods, and over a period of time, again, they become a dead inventory. So that's what is the overproduction. Waiting time, again, material waiting for to be processed in a particular state. So time is always money. So if particular materials are waiting in front of a particular process, again, that is going to be a wastage. Non-utilized talent. Again, a lot of many times we find that we are unable to use the full potential of an employee that is going to be away. Transportation, mainly because of the layout issues, zigzag movement of the material or the manpower. Again, that is going to make them tired or make a lot of power and fuel is going to be wasted. Inventory is the biggest enemy as far as lean is concerned. So if we not, because again, we have already added value by adding the material, machine time and the manpower cost. But if you are not able to get the money from the customer, again, it is going to lie with us. So again, the cash flow is going to be affected and that's going to be a problem. So that is inventory. Motion, anything related to your physical work. So if their proper working environment is not given to you, if you have to work in an area having a lot of heat, a lot of dust, a lot of noise, or you have to carry some heavy weight or something like that, or dust working environment is not good, again, you are going to get tired soon and your efficiency can be reduced. So that is motion. Extra processing, doing more work than what the customer is needing. So that is what the extra process. So again, we need to identify where these 8 types of waste is there and then take action to remove. So these are all some of the lean tools which can be used. Kaizen is mainly a small improvement, as I was telling you. In your own area of work, you can again choose small problems. Maybe by increasing productivity by say 1%, reduction of defect by 0.1%. So simple ideas can be just tried, and then you can encourage your workmen to give more ideas, and then encourage them by recognizing and rewarding their work. That is Kaizen. Poka-yoke is mistake proofing. So by using some simple automated systems, you'll be able to avoid some error. Like for example, if you forget to secure the seat belt when you are riding in the car, then after running for 5-10 meters, again you'll get an alarm indicating that the seat belt is not secured properly. So until unless you secure the seat belt, again the alarm is going to come. Same if the handbrake is not released or the door is not closed properly, again you are going to get that alarm. So again, the washing machine or the microwave oven. So when somebody is going to open it in the running condition, then it is going to be injurious to their health. So the design of the machine is done in such a way that as soon as somebody opens the machine, then the machine will automatically stop. That is again Poka-yoke. So whenever you want to avoid any manual errors, manual mistakes, then you can just go for Poka-yoke. So 5S is actually a lean tool, mainly used for the improving the workplace discipline. So 5S stands for 5 Japanese words, starting with S, Seiri, Seiton, Seizo, Seikatsu, Shichuke. So again, we'll be learning that in the yellow belt or green belt. So Kanban is actually a visual management tool for inventory control. And whenever you want to control some inventory, then you can go for Kanban. So the value stream mapping is a starting point for any lean project. So that will help you to reduce the overall lead time. So these are all some of the lean tools. So you can see here, okay. So the safety bag will come when there's an accident. So these are washing machine switched off when it is open, when somebody is opening. So this is the microwave oven lift. So if people are entering, then the lift will automatically stop. So these are all examples of okay. 5S, again, Seiri, Seiton, Seizo, Seikatsu, mainly used for workplace improvement. Jidoka is actually a automated system, high cost automation for drastically for scaling up the operations. So high cost automation. Okay. So now we are going to come to the core of this solution here. So whenever you have, now that you have known like how you can define the problem, how you can identify the problem, how you can quantify the problem, then how to fix the target, then find the root cause of the problem by using or you can select the problem by using the pattern chart, whichever is having the maximum impact, you can just start with. And then you can use the fishbone diagram and the Y-way analysis to find the root cause of the problem. Then by using any of the lean tools, whatever we have just learned, then we can solve this problem. So all these problems can be just solved in a structured problem solving method, which is called the A3 problem solving. So A3 problem solving is a specific structured method for problem solving, and it was first used by Toyota, and now it is becoming quite popular. So we call this a A3 format because the results of the project we can just capture in an A3 paper. So that's why again we have got this name. So again the A3 also follows the PDCA cycle. So this is a comparison of different steps in A3 and how it is aligned to the PDCA. So these are the different steps in the A3 problem solving. Again, you can just, as I told you, you can implement this immediately in your own area of work. So first identify the problem, then capture the current state of the situation. So what is the current situation? Then identify the problem, quantify the current state, and then pick the target. Then conduct a root cause analysis using the YY analysis and the fishbone diagram. And then do a brainstorming session to just look out what are the countermeasures or actions you can take to address the root causes. Then define your target state. So you know what is the current situation. So from current status to the future state, target state, how you are going to do, we just make an implementation plan, action plan, and then develop a follow-up plan with a predicted outcome. Then just try to again work as a team and get everybody on board. And then once the actions are implemented, you just plan, then you can just implement those actions and then evaluate the result, and then definitely you would have got some improvement. So this is a very simple but a very powerful methodology for making some immediate improvement. So again, the results of the A3 problem solving can be captured in a simple format like this. So what is the background or what is the context of the problem? So you can just give a brief discussion about the context, why this particular project is being done. So what is the current status? For example, you may say that currently there is a lot of customer complaint in the organization, and because of that, one of the premium customers is threatening that he wants to stop buying from you. So that is why the problem is becoming very serious. So that is the background. Then current state. So on an average, we are getting around 5 customer complaints per month, and that could be very high. Goal or the target is to reduce the number of customer complaints from 5 to 1 within maybe 2 months, right? So that is what is the goal statement. Then use the 5-way analysis and the fishbone diagram to come out with a full list of all the potential root causes for the problem. Then do a brainstorming session to evaluate, to find out, come out with an action plan. Then implement the action, and after the actions are implemented and stabilized, then you can just do an assessment whether the targeted improvement has been achieved or not. And then you can just put in some sustaining mechanism in place, like POKA or any other mechanism, and then you'll be able to sustain that. So just do a before-after comparison. So before doing the project, what was the status? And after doing the project, what is the status? So doing such, encouraging doing this type of the A3 problems will help the people to really, I think this can be the starting point. And for all those who has completed the green belt or a black belt, again, green belt and black belt may be the second step. It's just like a secondary school. Before going to the secondary school, we need to start with the elementary school, right? So again, start with the A3 method. Try to get maybe 5 or 10 of your subordinate to give them training using this material, and then ask them to select a small project in their own area of work, and then ask them to do that. Then real improvements will always be there. Okay. Okay. So that's what I wanted to say. So any questions or any doubts, you can just ask me. Any doubts or any questions? Yes, Praveen, I think we are not hearing you because maybe some issues. Yeah, you can just give your views.
So it was a good session, sir. I thank you for the session.
Yeah.
So actually, it is refreshing for me since it is almost 4 years for me after completing the course. Though we have been using the techniques of all Six Sigma techniques like statistical analysis, root cause analysis, all 7 QC tools we have been using in our process. So that is really helping us to reduce the customer complaints, process optimizations, and improving the yield in our process. So that's really been helpful for me after joining these courses.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your views. Okay then. So if there are no questions, maybe we can just close this session. We will try to catch up in any of the next coming meetings. Okay. Thank you. Bye.